Whenever we have bits and pieces of time, like 10-15 minutes, where we spend it? We spend most of that time either scrolling or talking about any kind of bullshit of either whatever is going in the world or thinking about past and future. So I was trying to find a solution that we can use to use that time effectively. So I find that simple habit of learning just by listening can change our habit entirely. So how learning just by listening benefits us? I'm using this technique for around more than 1 year almost. So number one, we watch lecture or we listen to something while watching and at the same time we are writing notes. So our attention is divided in three things. Another, if we are watching and listening, the attention is divided in two. But if you are just listening, our full attention is only on one thing. So the problem of paying attention is gone in learning just by listening. Number two, while our attention divided in three, listening, watching, and writing notes, our deep processing also get affected. But in this case, while we are learning just by listening, our full attention is there, but also our deep processing is much higher compared to the other method. Number three, you can get a lot better in a year compared to if you not use this method, because you will going to find 10-15 minutes of that bits and pieces of time anytime in a day, and you just need to use this method of listening for learning, and you can get a lot better in 1 year, in 2 year, in 3 year, in upcoming 10 years. If you keep this habit, the learning how better you can get will compound. And there are a lot of benefits that you will find and observe yourself by just using this technique. So next, how to take learning through listening one step further. So what I did was, the loophole we get into while using this method is we listen to something and we forget about it because we do not revise it. So to solve that problem, what I did was I start creating flashcards using Notebook LM. You just need to copy the link of that whatever you're listening to and paste it in the Notebook LM, and there is option of flashcards. So you can flashcards from there, and you can download them and import them in Enki, and you're able to go through the flashcards. So the system that I created was, before listening to anything, I create the flashcards first in Enki automatically using Notebook LM and any LLM tool like ChatGPT, Clued, or anything. And then in that bits and pieces of time, I listen to something specific that I'm facing a problem. Like I want to fix my sleep, so I listen to any podcast that talk about sleep. Then I go through that podcast in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, because the podcast will be of around 2-3 hours, so it will going to take at least 3 to 5 days. And at the same time, I'm going through the questions. So I'm doing two things effectively. Number one, I'm listening, deep processing, and also consuming and retrieving through flashcards the information that I'm learning. So retrieving is very important. So that's why I use flashcards. So to make this learning a stick in my mind and also apply in my life. Like I was listening about fixing my sleep, so I started applying, like I have to sleep around 9 p.m. earlier in the night, and also avoid screens at least 1 hour before, eat my food at least 3 to 4 hours before, something like that. You will learn, at the same time you can apply it in your life. So this is a method, simple. Create some questions, then listen, then practice those questions. Simple. And the last point that I'm going to talk about is when not to use this method. And it's a method to use those bits and pieces of time effectively. Don't make it your primary method of learning. The primary method of learning will be a complicated one that we talked about earlier. You have to use those methods to study effectively, but this method is only about using those bits and pieces of time effectively. So the format that needs for this method is the content must be 95% in audio format. It should not be a combination of everything, like someone is the whatever you're listening through, the person is using 70% writing and also talking about it 30% of the time. So that kind of content is not fit for this method. The format of content required for this method is audio format. Any content that you can use to just listen through it and learn from it. That is the kind of content, and most of that content is in the format of podcast, where two or three people are sitting and talking about something specifically. So you can learn about different industries. You can learn about a specific problem that you are facing in your life. Also, you can learn a new language. Also, something like that. All you need to do is listen, practice, apply. So I hope you're going to use this method. At least try this method for a few days and see the results. Subscribe for upcoming videos that will make you a little better each day. This was the third video of effective learning. You can check out the other ones here. Until then, bye bye.